Hello, I'm Marty, and I have rheumatoid arthritis and rheumatoid vasculitis. I'm going to talk about my health today. We're in beautiful North Carolina. You can see the mountains behind me. You can probably hear the water. There's what used to be a little stream is now a raging river after the hurricane. I started Rituxan back in March of 2024. 2 doses in March, 2 weeks apart, and 2 doses 6 months later in September, 2 weeks apart. This is about me, and this probably won't happen to you, so don't be fearful of taking a new medication. It's just a fluke because my life is made out of flukes. I started Rituxan in March, and the first dose I had a pretty strong reaction with hives. My blood pressure dropped, got a headache, just a variety of things happened, and they stopped the medication and gave me some pretty fat dose of very strong steroid and some antihistamines. And then once that was calmed down, they were able to start the Rituximab infusion back up. Excuse me. So after I had had that first dose and had a reaction, the next 3 doses, I had stronger reactions. And so with my final dose, I only got about a quarter of the medication. I was really devastated, just so sure that it was going to turn out good. Just sure of it, because that's just the way I roll. Everything is positive. So I took the final dose. I got about a quarter. And the reason I only got such a small amount was I kept having reaction after reaction, and they had to stop the medication to administer the steroid and the prednisone, not prednisone, dexamethasone and steroid. That steroid, dexamethasone, and some sort of Benadryl type medication in my IV. So the last one, I only got that quarter of a bag over an 8-hour period, and the doctor at the infusion center told me that the best bet for me to be able to continue taking this medication, because it didn't bother me when it was at a really slow drip. It was only when they brought it up. But they had to bring it up because they're only open for 8 hours. So he said the best bet for me would be to be an inpatient in a hospital and have a really low drip over a 24-hour period. And if I was going to have an anaphylactic reaction, they could intubate me. So I was on board. Sure, intubate me. I'll take that chance. It wasn't going to happen to me. I was just going to get that medicine in the hospital and everything would be great. So I talked to my rheumatologist, and he said, first of all, the insurance wouldn't pay for it to put me in the hospital for an infusion I could get in an infusion center. And second of all, that medicine was trying to kill me, and he didn't want me to have it again because he was just so sure that it was just going to be worse this time. And I just didn't need to take a chance like that. And intubation doesn't mean you're going to live. It just means that you're going to be breathing for a while. So he stopped it. And so I didn't get any more Rituximab, sadly. I was really distressed because I was so sure that I was going to be able to take that forever, because it was the first time in 37 years that I've been completely pain-free. Just, I know my last few videos were like, yay, life is great. And I actually have felt a little guilty making videos about rheumatoid arthritis when I'm not experiencing flares. And that's something that I've experienced for the last 37 years. So I had another bonus with the Rituximab too. I'm looking at my notes. I had another bonus with my Rituximab too, is that I have rheumatoid vasculitis, and that was something new. It popped up in December of 2023, along with a really, really severe flare of rheumatoid arthritis. So the corners of all of my fingers had little black, red, brown spots. It's just blood blisters all over the tips of my fingers, around my nails. And that's what the rheumatoid vasculitis, that's the kind that I have. It's pretty minor, but it could bust loose and go into your lungs and heart and brain and terrible things. So we don't want that to happen. We want to keep it under control. So the bonus of the Rituximab was it checked that, it treated that. So as soon as I started the Rituximab, the vasculitis spot stopped. When I wasn't able to take more Rituximab, that was in September, my doctor was really concerned that I was going to have a flare. And so somewhere in that time where I was taking the Rituximab, he had lowered it from 25 or 30 milligrams of prednisone that I got back in December of 2023 with the big bad flare. And it's not that it was just a flare. I always had arthritis. Everything always hurt, but it was just so bad I could barely walk. It was terrible. So I was taking 25, 30 milligrams of prednisone from December until the Rituximab started working, and he brought me down off of that from that high amount to 5 milligrams a day. So, I worked my way down off of it. So, yeah, he tapered me down 5 milligrams a day. And somewhere in there, he added Leflunomide. And Leflunomide is a 20 milligram tablet, and it's Arava. And Arava works really good with vasculitis and rheumatoid arthritis. It kind of is similar to methotrexate, but methotrexate makes someone like me who's prone to rheumatoid nodules, like, see the knot on my finger there? That's a rheumatoid nodule. I've got them several places. But methotrexate makes rheumatoid nodules worse. So I would get more of them when I took methotrexate, so I'm not going to take that ever again. But the Leflunomide works really good. I don't feel any side effects. My hair actually has gotten pretty thick. I'm pretty excited about that. It was really thin while I was taking the Rituximab, and since I'm not taking that, and the prednisone is down to 5 milligrams, I do 2.5 milligrams one day and 5 milligrams the next day. So I have to put them in my pill thing so that I get it right. Yep. So my pill dispenser. So I felt better on the infusions, a lot better. And without the infusions, I was afraid of having arthritis. In fact, any little discomfort, I'd kind of freak out and think, oh no, it's coming back. But so far, so good. The doctor made me wait you have to wait 5 or 6 months before you can take another biologic medication. After taking Rituximab, it takes that long to get out of your system. So once 5.5 months were up, I started taking in, February of this year. So I started, September was my last medication, my last infusion, and in February I started giving myself Orencia Injections. It's 125 milligrams, and it's an auto-inject click pen. It's really a big fat one. I was used to a little one. I took Actemra injections for a few years, and it was an auto click jet too, but it was a skinnier button thing. This one is fatter, but you know what? I feel better using it because you can't mess up. I accidentally shot my thumb because I had it upside down and both ends were yellow, and I thought I had pushed I pushed it into my thumb. It was something. Man, that was bad. So I'm really happy with the Orencia Click Jet. It's a much simpler injection, and amazingly, it doesn't sting. Usually injections sting. I mean, the preservatives they use in it make them sting when they go in, like alcohol. Zero. It's like injecting water. It's nothing. I sit it out for half an hour, let it get room temperature, hold my skin up, pop. I go between stomach, leg, thigh, stomach, thigh, stomach. With the Actemra, they had you doing your arms too, which was really hard to do. So I got my husband or daughter-in-law to give me that one because it's hard to hold your skin, and well, you only have one hand to do it with. So stomachs and thighs, either side of your stomach and thigh, and it's amazing. It doesn't hurt, but I use a little round Band-Aid, a little shot bandage. After I've given myself the injection, a little bit comes out, and I use a pad and wipe that off, and then put the Band-Aid on, just in case there's a little spot of blood. I could nick a capillary, and there might be a little spot of blood. Nothing. So if I don't take that Band-Aid off within about 10 or 15 minutes, I start really reacting to the shot with a little goose egg on my stomach. I do get a little red spot that's itchy, but it seems to be more intense when I leave the Band-Aid on. I guess because some of the liquid leaks out and sits there on my skin. That's all I can figure. But the itchy spot is a little bit red. It's about, it's really small. It's nothing. It's a mosquito bite. So, and it only itches for the first day. I put a little hydrocortisone cream on it and it stops. So, Leflunomide. And the Leflunomide, I think I already said it, treats RA and rheumatoid vasculitis. So I have not had rheumatoid vasculitis at all or RA flares at all since around April or May of last year. I started the shots in March, and it takes about 8 to 10 weeks, I think, 6 to 10 weeks. And I think it was April or May, late April, early May when it started working. So I have not felt rheumatoid arthritis pain other than from old damage since last year, since a year ago. It's pretty amazing. The Orencia shots, I guess, are working because I'm not feeling any pain. Yeah, let's see what else I've got here. So between the weekly Orencia and the Arava tablets, which is Leflunomide, and a low dose of prednisone, I feel great. It's embarrassing almost. I have rheumatoid arthritis. It can pop back at any time. It can raise its ugly head. But right now, amazing. Super amazing. I do have a compromised immune system. Things happen, not only from having rheumatoid arthritis, but the medication that treats it compromises your immune system. So, for instance, I caught a cold. My husband caught the same cold. He was fine in 2 or 3 days. Mine lasted a couple of weeks and ended up with a lung infection. Happens. I think it was like 3 weeks before everything was cleared up and I felt normal again. When we were driving to North Carolina, I noticed that I was getting a sty under my eye. I haven't had sty in years. I used to get them every time we went on the boat when I was a kid. We lived in Jacksonville, where the St. John's River is, and my dad liked to go fast in the boat, and I think it was the speed and the air in my eyes. But I got a sty under my eye, and I'll show you in a minute. So I did what you do for styes, warm compresses, and I got some sty ointment, and it doesn't really make the sty go away. It just makes your eye more comfortable by lubricating it. So I did that, and it lasted about 3 weeks before it cleared up. How long does a sty last on a regular person? 4 or 5 days, maybe a week. So once it did clear up, there's a little bump where the sty was, and I talked to my rheumatologist, and he told me to get to an ophthalmologist and have them look at it, or a general practitioner. So I contacted the ophthalmologist up here where we are in the mountains in North Carolina, and they saw me the next day. It's incredible up here. It would have taken 6 weeks in Jacksonville. So they saw me the next day, and he said, he gave me the name of it, some cyst in my eye that it just healed without draining. So it's a cyst, and it needs to be taken out. So minor surgery, a little lance. And that's going to be on the 22nd of this month. So I've had this since April 8th. Let's see. April, April 8th, I think, I've had this. And it's still red. It's still a little tender, but it's not an infected, inflamed sty. I saw the doctor, the ophthalmologist on May 1st. And dang, 2 days later, I started getting a sty in this eye, on this upper eyelid. This one's the lower lid. This is under my upper lid. I'll show you in a minute. And it's infected. Oh, I hear an owl. Oh. It's infected. It's red. It's irritated. Hot compresses 4 or 5 times a day. And I have a prescription of steroid, excuse me. I have a prescription of steroid ointment for my eyes, and I'm putting it in both eyes, in my eyes and on my eyes. Hear an owl. So steroid infection, and I've got an infection. So that minor surgery will be on May 22nd on this eye. He'll check this one when we're there. Hopefully this one will drain like a normal sty does, and it'll be gone. So, but gosh, it's been 12 days and this is what it looks like. I hate to show you. I have no makeup on. Okay, here's this one. See the red right there? Yep. Here's this one. You can see it right there on my eye. See it? Ooh, it looks pretty icky, doesn't it? Yep, sty. So hopefully it'll go away. So I'm hoping it goes away quick because I have a class reunion. Last year we went to my husband's when I first started feeling great after the Rituximab. It's the first time I'd ever felt good for a reunion. I've been to those reunions with hand things on, with, you know, the banjo strings holding my fingers back, and all kinds of apparatuses after surgeries and canes. And it's going to be really nice to go to my 50th class reunion in June. I think it's June 8th or 9th, and feel good and not have to bring a cane or hand braces after surgery or foot surgery. I mean, I've had so many things happen, and it's good. Life is good. So I know I shouldn't feel guilty for saying I feel great, but I feel empathy for you, for those of you that don't feel great. But just know that there's something out there that can help you. And you're not going to get the weird side effects I got. I'm a fluke. My the ophthalmologist is like, why both eyes? And he said, could be the pollen, because we're in the leaves have just started turning green. This was sticks last week, and now we have green all around us. So the pollen is out. Our car, we have a little silver car, and it's got a whole yellow hood. It's covered with pollen, so it's everywhere. It doesn't seem to bother me. I have a little bit of a sniffle, but I'm not getting headaches or anything from pollen like I do in Florida. That pine pollen really bugs me in Florida, but we have different pine trees there than we do here. So anyway, that's it. That's what's going on in my life. I hope your life is doing good. I hope you don't let your disability define who you are. Enjoy your day. Enjoy that owl. What is it? It's a barred owl? Barred owl. He's saying, who cooks? Who cooks for you? That's what I'm hearing over there. And then some dog is barking in response. So it's kind of cute. All the birds ran away. So anyway, it's a beautiful day here. It's evening now. I'll let you see how the mountains are looking. I wish the sun was setting. It would be really nice. Let's see if I can get around this chair. Yeah, see, there's still trees that haven't bloomed yet, that haven't greened up yet. So there's our mountains. It's just beautiful, and they go forever. I need to get some trees trimmed. Yep. All right, my dears. Mwah. Have a great day.